Hey everybody, happy Thursday. So today is another full day of eating. It is a very dreary, rainy day out here. But that's all right. It just means we'll stay nice and snug inside. So today, it's just a full day of eating. We don't really have anything major going on at all today. I'm gonna make the vanilla pie because I have some bananas that I need to use up. I did freeze some and I need to use these up. So that was on my menu anyway, and on my plan was to make the vanilla pie. It is one of Charles's absolute favorites. So I just make a homemade pie crust, and then you make, or you cut up bananas and put it in the bottom after it's cooled and you baked it. And then you do cook and serve vanilla pudding and you top that over top. And it needs to be the cook and serve so you get that like film over the top that the cooked pudding gets. And that's it. That's so easy. Something his mother always made him, and it's just something he just absolutely loves it. Aside from that, anything going on? I'm trying to think. Not really. I did hear back from the school. We go in a couple weeks to go to check out that school for Luke. I was telling you guys a little bit about it, that it is 3 hours a day, all year round, Monday through Friday. They get a week here and there, it looks like, for vacations and stuff like that. And basically he'd be getting therapy. It's an ABA school. Fingers crossed that all goes very well. And Charles and I go check it out. And Charles is off tomorrow, yay, because it's Thursday. And tonight for dinner, I am making Helen's sloppy joes, her homemade sloppy joes. So I will share that recipe with you guys. And we are gonna have home fries and corn on the cob. And we will have that pie that I'm gonna make today for dessert. The braid bread, I know I told you guys I was gonna show you how to make that. I need to quit telling you I'm gonna do something on a certain day because it never happens that way. But I will get that made, but probably not until Saturday because one, the weather is just not right here for rising bread and all of that today. And I really need to make that pie to use up those bananas. So I will be making that for sure this weekend. And I will share all of it with you. But that is enough talking. My breakfast is dinging that it's done, so I'll show you my breakfast. But let's go on and start the day with Charles's lunch and breakfast and the girls' lunch and breakfast. All right, so this is Charles's lunch. I've started the girls, but I'm not done. He has some ham here, just kind of mix match lunch. I only have one piece of chicken left for his chicken Caesar salad. So that's why I'm sending the ham to, and then he'll have some croutons, his dressing, his roll. I had this in the freezer, so I am sending that with him. And then for snacking, I have one of the pineapple upside down cakes that I made in the freezer meals, a pineapple muffin. He has some honey roasted peanuts, and he also has some chips that he likes. That's for Charles's lunch / breakfast. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do is add some water and then spinach. And this is frozen spinach that I had, but you can use fresh. And then you're going to blend that up really good so that there is no chunks in it at all, and it's just good and smooth. And then I like to add one banana that is not frozen, but super ripe, and then the rest of the banana is frozen. This probably had 3 bananas in it. Then a few drops of the peppermint extract and a handful of chocolate chips. And then you're going to blend that up again. And then you have your mint chocolate chip smoothie. And pour it into glasses. I like to top mine with a little bit of whipped cream and a few chocolate chips. And then you finish it off with a straw. Okay, so here is Brooks. She has some vanilla wafers for a snack. She has her fruit here, which is pineapple and strawberries. Some rolls. In here she has some of the grilled chicken strips and some cheese and salad to make a Caesar salad, chicken Caesar salad. And then she has water for her drink. Over here, Ash has her same thing, except she likes croutons. Brooke does not. She has her Nutella sandwiches. These are the little teddy bears that we made and put in the freezer. And then her salad. She did not enjoy the chicken strips, and so that is why she's doing sandwiches versus the chicken strips. And rolls. That's it for the girls. Okay, so here is Ronnie, French toast for breakfast, and Theo is also having French toast for breakfast. Okay, and here is Veronica's lunch. She has cheese tortilla, some ranch and carrots, strawberries, and pineapple, some corn chips, some of these vanilla wafers, her water bottle, if I didn't say that already, and then in her tube is some peanuts. And she is getting her water right now together for her snack, and we are getting her snack together. We're going to start by cutting up our potatoes. I like to cut them just into bite-sized pieces. And then I do not measure, I just add the spices to this. So I like to drizzle a little olive oil on it. And then I add some onion powder, chili powder, seasoning salt, and if you don't have that, you can just use regular salt. And then I add what's called nutritional yeast, but if you don't have that, you could also just do Parmesan cheese or breadcrumbs, just something to give it kind of a coating on it. And then you're just going to toss it around, toss it with your hands, and put it in your air fryer. But I like to spray my air fryer first with some cooking spray. And then I cook it for about 25 to 27 minutes. Okay, and here is my breakfast, the potatoes and a boiled egg. And Katie is having just some of the potatoes with ketchup. Katie wants to have some oatmeal later, so that's why she's just doing potatoes with ketchup. And normally, I like to make my potatoes and put a fried egg over top. Oh, a squirrel just jumped around out there. And put a fried egg on top, and it gets it all nice, and it just really, really good together. It's one of my favorite breakfasts. But if you watched yesterday's video, I am out of eggs. We used them all 5.5 dozen. But I go to the store tomorrow, so all I had was some boiled eggs. So that is what I'm having. Okay, all I do is follow a recipe from my new cookbook. This is a very old cookbook, actually. It's not new. And it calls for 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1/4 a teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of shortening or lard, and then 3 to 4 tablespoons, I'm sorry, of cold water. And my grandmother always said you take ice water. So that's what I got here. And then I don't really measure. The flour, I do kind of measure. That's about 1 1/4 cups. And then I'll just add salt, and I'll add Crisco is what I use. I got right here. This is Aldi brand Crisco. You could use better flavor if you wanted, or whatever. And then we're gonna cut it in this handy dandy little tool. And that cuts in the shortening into the flour along with the salt, and then you add the water. All right, I'm going to add my salt to my flour and then the Crisco. And I'm going to cut this in, and you want to keep cutting it in until it is like little pea-sized crumbles all throughout. And then very slowly you're going to add your ice water. Most people do it 1 tablespoon at a time, and that is a very safe way to do it. After I cut it in a little bit, then I switch to a wooden spoon, and then I'm going to switch to my hands. You don't want it really wet, but you don't want it dry. You want to be able to roll it. And then I just got out my mat that I have, and I put a little bit of flour on the mat, but I'm having a little bit of a hard time keeping the mat open because it is stored in a roll. So after I figured that part out, then I sprinkled it with some flour and put a little bit of flour on your rolling pin also. You want to form your dough into a ball, and then you start to roll it out. And you're just going to keep going until it's going to be big enough to fit in your pie plate. And then what I like to do is to start on one end and roll the pie dough up, just like when you get store-bought pie dough. That way it's easy to transfer over to your pie dish. And then you just unroll it into the pie dish. And then you're going to start in the center and push your way out so that you don't have any bubbles. And if there's any pieces that come apart, you just pinch them back together. And then I take a knife and I cut all the excess off by running my knife along the edge of the pie plate. And then I like to just do it very simple. You could do pie crust all kinds of fancy ways, but I just take my thumb and push it around the whole top. And then take a fork and punch holes in the bottom so that it doesn't get big air bubbles, and pop that in the oven. And then the remaining dough, don't throw that out. I like to take that and make little cookies. So you just kind of flatten them and put a little thumbprint in the middle, or a little fingerprint. And then you take a tiny little scoop of jam, whatever kind you like and you have, and you put it in the middle. And then you pop these into the oven. I cook them on about 350 degrees. I was just telling Katie, taking a walk down memory lane, that when Grandma would make berry pies, you'd have to wait all day to eat it because they have to set up and they'd have to cool. And so this, oops, I just dropped some, was my favorite part of pie making when she would be making pies, because she would let you have those right away, and it'd have the same filling. She'd have leftover raspberry pie filling, and she would put it in each one, and it was just always such a wonderful treat. Our grandma was just the greatest. They just are. And here is our beautiful pie crust. You can see it's just slightly browning on the edges, and it's cooked pretty perfect. Feels perfect. So while that is cooling, I'm gonna go on and make the pudding. But the pudding, all you do is just, this is the cook and serve. It's in there with 3 cups of milk. Stir it and bring it to a boil. That's it. Then we're gonna let it sit and cool before we pour it into our pie. All right, and then next you're gonna chop up some banana. This is about 3 bananas, and put it at the bottom of your pie crust, and then we're gonna top that with the pudding. All right, and then here it is. And then this just goes in the fridge till it sets up, and that's it. Okay, Kate wants peanut butter, honey, and toast for her lunch. Hey, what's it got? Oh my word. You're throwing everything. What happened? Are you cleaning? Your foot is dirty. You can't have the camera. Say hi to the friends. Say bye-bye.
Baba.
That is what he calls Charles. Where did Baba go? Look at G. Say work.
Baba.
Baba go to work. Where did Baba go? Where did Baba go? You don't know? That's him. That's him sending us messages. But he went to work. He's not there.
Baba.
Baba's not home. Oh, he's at work. See you next time. So I did not have any lunch today, but that's all right. It is 1 o'clock. I just come in from pushing Luke outside. The baby, I think, is gonna go lay down soon. But I'm gonna enjoy a cup of coffee right now with Jake and Kate. And Charles just messaged me and said he wants Cool Whip on top of his pie if we have Cool Whip. Please. Says Mama used to always put Cool Whip on. So I gotta get the Cool Whip out. Luke is out swinging, swinging, swinging. We're trying to teach him how to swing himself, but he would prefer to be swung. The baby is pulling on the apple tree and trying to get the flowers, and all the rain just kind of trickled down on him, and he was like, what? So cute. All right, Cool Whip. I'm gonna get it out of the freezer now though and just set it on the counter so it'll be ready tonight. And that's it. I'm gonna go have some coffee with my babies. And while I'm making the coffee, I forgot to tell you guys, fingers crossed, say your prayers, Jake has an interview tomorrow. So hopefully all of that works out perfect. I'm having some coffee in my beautiful mug from Sonia. All right, I'll see you guys in just a little while.
Let's make it rain.
All right, here it is.
Okay. Get it raining. It's raining. Yay. It's raining. You like having a window night.
So if you pull on the trees right now, they got a lot of water.
Come over here. It's raining.
Because of all the rain. So Katie is making it rain, the petals and the water. So our apple trees get hit by lightning like all the time. I don't know what the deal is. So you have one that is, I'll show it. So this one is covered in flowers. That's the one that they're pulling on. Covered in flowers. You see it all over the ground. This one though, it's very sparse with its flowers this year. But I think this is the one that got hit last year and the other one the year before. As you can see here where it got hit by lightning, they survive. This one's actually been hit a couple times. And so has the other one. And here is the other one where it's been hit by lightning. We'll just be sitting in the house and you hear a big kaboom. And sure enough, never fails, it's the apple trees. And now my little one here, he loves the flowers. Don't you, buddy? Get it. But I don't like the rain to come down on me, do you, baby? Oh, get it. No rain. Oh, good job. Good job, baby. You love the flowers? Give them love. Love the flowers. Oh. Yeah. I could just squish you up. Yes, they're beautiful flowers. There you go. Okay, so now I'm gonna start Helen's Sloppy Joe recipe. I will leave the recipe in the description down below, but I'm going to half this recipe because I need to make sure my family likes it before I make a huge batch of it. And fingers crossed, everybody loves it. Okay, so to know what you need, you guys just look down below in the description for the ingredients. Let's make it. All right, here we're gonna start with our meat, and we're gonna pop that in along with some green peppers and onions, the mushrooms, and the garlic and paprika, the garlic and onion powder, and then just brown that and get it cooked all the way through. And then once that's cooked, you're going to add your brown sugar and Worcestershire sauce. I can never say that right. And your ketchup and mustard. The tomatoes with green chili. And the crushed tomatoes. Then you're just gonna stir that all up. All right, and then that is it. And then she says you just let it simmer until that thickens up. So just kind of keep it at that low boil simmer. And I bet you that's gonna take about 15 minutes because it's not as watery as I thought it was gonna be. And then in the pressure cooker, I just got done doing some lentils over there. So I will just throw in the way I make barbecue, and that is just ketchup, mustard, brown sugar, and that's it. Just mix those together and a little bit of barbecue sauce. And I will whip that up for the kids that like the beans versus the meat. So that's it for that. And I'm also going to go on and make my potatoes in the air fryer. If you guys recall, I just showed you how to make that today for my breakfast. I'm gonna do them the exact same way and get those going. Okay, so I gotta tell you, I just tried the meat, and you guys, it is bomb. It is so good. Helen, major thumbs up, baby. And I went ahead and I did the beans the same way because it's that good, and I know the girls are gonna love it. And since I halved the recipe anyway, I had like a half open can of the tomatoes and green chili, so worked out perfect. So kind of like a double batch, but just split it between the beans and the meat. And I love it. You guys really, really should try it. Definite thumbs up. Next, I threw together a quick coleslaw. If you guys watched my Easter video, or the day before Easter I believe it was, and I made the broccoli salad. It is the same thing that I put on my coleslaw. It is a mix of mayonnaise and sugar and apple cider vinegar, and that's it. That's all that I put in it. Very easy. Stir it up, then dump it on top of this. Is just bag coleslaw mix, and it tastes like KFC coleslaw. Really, really good coleslaw. So you definitely want to give that a try too. All right, gonna go finish dinner. All right, guys, so here it is. We got the lentil and the regular Sloppy Joe, home fries, the coleslaw, corn on the cob, the vanilla pie. I just topped it with the Cool Whip on top, some buns and ketchup, and back there we are having fruit punch. All right, guys, so I am going to make up my menu plan tonight or tomorrow morning for next week. So, and we are having the chicken cacciatore. I purposely saved both of those to share with you guys because they were ones that you guys have given to me, recipes. So I wanted to make sure that I shared them with everybody and that we tried them and gave our honest opinion of you guys' recipes. So if there's any of you that have any other recipes that you would like to share with us or want us to try, I know I still have lots back there, but that aren't even chicken, that are vegetarian, that are any recipe you want to share with us and would like for us to try and share with everybody, then just leave a comment down below and let me know the recipe or email me the recipe. Either way works great. My email is in the description below. And don't forget, Helen's recipe will be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go on and get off of here. I'm gonna do this. I know you didn't get to see everybody, but we have a new pet arriving in the mail. Yes, a pet. So hopefully it will be here tomorrow and Ronnie will share that with you because she is the one who bought our new pet. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everybody.